Oh, River's a ranger.
With tracking.
That I am.
So River, you know, in the last couple of days we've learned that you're a ranger. Just now. And so it sounds like there's quite a lot of people. And do you think you could pick up their tracks and see where they're heading? We know that guide took them off towards the Serpent Hills, so we can definitely start that way. But what I want to know is, will we have to hire somebody, or do you think you're able to pick up their trail?
Do you want to take the Griffins with you, or what?
Well, we should have probably asked. I mean, Dave, you're saying that kind of as the DM, but you know, you just brought up a good point. We should have probably asked the lady, the owner, what the deal is. If how they went. Did they go on foot? Or did they take horses? Let's get a little bit more information.
They were on foot.
Oh, okay.
But they left quick as cats. They left early the next morning.
Yeah, so we could. So yeah, if we take the Griffins, maybe we can.
All of those cows are getting close to my tent. I hope they don't debacle this place like they did several months ago.
Well, I'll just take an ear to the outside. I am a natural explorer in the forest and grasslands. I think the forest might apply here. Not sure, but in those regions.
You mean where it says forest everywhere? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I can track. I can track. Yeah.
Okay, so listen, can you track from the sky? Because
No.
what I want to do is, I think the smart move. I agree with what Vay was saying, and the smart move is we get on the Griffin Riders and we try to make up 3 days. We get on the Griffin Riders. That's uncomfortable for them. We get back on the Griffins and we head that way and see if we can make up some time. And as soon as we pick up their sign, then maybe we can stop.
Boldo already told us it was the Serpent Hills that we need to go. I mean, we already know our direction, pretty much our destination.
Yeah, they probably would not have made it anywhere near there in 3 days.
Just a small thing that's not really sitting right in my brain.
It took us 2 days to fly from there.
He beat off some attackers from the Serpent Hills, and now he's going into the Serpent Hills. What, is he going there to kill them, or is he looking for converting them? I think he's going somewhere else.
Yeah, the guy that he killed, maybe he gave him some information.
Yeah,
that might be something else we can find out.
The hooded figure that the dwarf killed was one of the scaled folk. That, you know, there is a massive population of these scaled folk that live in the Serpent Hills. Granted, you know, the name Serpent Hills. So, you know,
now, are they
sometimes
scaled folk because they're scaled, or because they live in the Serpent Hills?
Like,
I mean, they're humans, right?
They're
or they're not.
They're a humanoid type of lizard men.
Oh, okay. So they really are scaled.
Yeah, serpents.
Oh, that's really cool.
Where's the body now?
They
ate it.
Oh, the body is it was buried.
Go and dig it up.
I'm Bolo's 10 side in. I'm not I do not work in a graveyard. I'm not a grave digger, sir.
Have you got a shovel?
I'm sure somebody out there has a shovel.
Go and find
And here's your
someone with a
food.
shovel.
I was going to be nice and give you a bag of food to go to.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
thank you. We'll take that.
Oh.
I'm going to find a shovel and go and dig this serpent folk up.
All right, so you ask around. There is a sort of like a makeshift shallow grave site, and you can tell that there's one really fresh grave, probably of a couple days. And you dig this. You start digging, and you eventually hit something.
All right, just clear
Notice-
the dirt away. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just before you completed your digging, I just wanted to make sure that you realize that as Tiberius, I'm standing on the edge, far away from the dirt, and allowing Shrump to do all the menial labor. But at the same time, I'm kind of directing him. Oh, there's a good spot there. Dig in that area right there, so I can contribute.
And you've got a small crowd that's starting to gather and
Yeah, I was
saying,
ready to
"Hey,
ask that.
hey, what are you doing over there? What are you doing?" That's one of those. That's one of those dead lizard guys. What are you undigging him for? What are you doing?
You've taken charge. You go and deal with it.
Hold on, my friends. We have found evidence that this lizard man may have been involved in other crimes, and we're trying to solve those crimes and bring a closure to some of the other families. If you'll just allow us to dig it up and get the evidence, everything will be fine.
Why don't you give me a deception check?
Finally, cast friends. No, I'm just joking.
That doesn't work. I hit charm person.
No, they know they're charmed afterwards, so we're screwed either way. Deception check.
It just seems a little fishy to me. This guy's been in the stiff for 2 days now, and then all of a sudden you guys come flying in on your griffins from wherever, probably Waterdeep, the metro city of the world here in Sword Coast, and you guys are just walloping around here like you own the place.
Well, my friend,
let me try this.
That would show just how important this matter is.
Well, I guess so.
See, we even brought one of the stinking nobles with us. What is going to oversee our work?
So what other kind of crimes did this guy do, huh? This scaly guy. What do you think? What do you think he did?
He ate
He's
children.
murdered several children.
He goat buggery.
Oi! He murdered children? Oh, the bastard! He got what he got coming to him.
Anytime you want a political pull, you always bring in the children.
That's what I learned.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But goat buggery's way up there in this place.
Yes, the goats.
What?
What?
One of my goats?
I'll tell you, as I'm pulling the upper body out, I'm looking for any distinguishing marks, like a pendant or anything like that, or a tattoo, a marking on his face. So that I could go back to his tribe and say, we found this chap with this marking, blah, blah, blah. Rings, jewelry, anything like that, we can return to his family.
Yeah.
I also want to study the corpse, Dave.
Okay. Yeah. As you start to, you pull. He's in a like a cloth roll. You just kind of roll up in a carpet. It's starting to stink. You can see fluids and stuff kind of seeping through the carpet that he's wrapped up in. And this is what he looks like as you guys are uncovering him. This is what he looks like. Everybody, give me a history check. Looking for a DC 15.
Also, I'm dealing at his body. I have my dagger out and I'm pulling away clothing and I pull out the book and I'm writing things down, making careful observations. As I'm a creature of study.
I'm not even
tell how he
seeing
died yet?
rots. Of course, I rolled a 3 on perception, so.
Can I see is there any obvious way how he died, like a blast mark to his chest or something?
Yeah, he died to a stab right to his gut, like a very
Probably suicide.
like a very precise strike.
Is it a wound that of a sufficient size to down a foe like this, or could we maybe ascertain possibly poison?
I've put tells out to people as well, so.
Yes, but I haven't received mine yet.
I guess that 14 wasn't good enough.
No, it was close.
What about my 3, Dave? You don't want to put, you were bit by a bug.
Yeah, your 3 was actually this.
Exactly. It was a 1 with my proficient too.
There's a couple people that did recognize this type of creature, this type of humanoid.
I kind of bend down next to it and examine it closely. So this looks very much like a Yuan-ti.
It is.
What's a Yuan-ti?
Yuan-ti are very
It's a creature
dangerous.
very much like this one.
No, tell me what you know about a Yuan-ti, Widow.
Up Tiberius. My other character would have known.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I-
any
I-
Yuan-ti
I-
widows. I do know a scale form widow, though, or at least we're going to go and meet one.
They're kind of like lizard men.
Yeah, I lean over and I say it looks like a human with a lizard head on it.
Way to go, Einstein. I think I pretty much figured that one
Yeah?
out just by looking at the body. My question is, Widow knew what the creature's name was of a Yuan-ti, and yet I would
It's a
like to know...
gold.
Well, Goa'uld, yes, from
Can't win.
Stargate.
So-
yeah.
All right, this
I can't
here's a
win,
little bit. Here's a little bit of lore about. This is the lore that both River and Widow was giving you guys. So basically, you guys know that there are three main types of Yuan-ti. All right, there are three. There is one that is like a full serpent type of Yuan-ti. And then there are several types of humanoid type of breeds as what you see. Well, there's a sort of like a mixture of what you see here in this scene picture, and then there is one that is pretty much all humanoid with very little serpent type of features. Now the Yuan-tis derive from it was a very, 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 very long time ago. This is like an old civilization that was around that. They thrived, and they worshipped they worshipped these serpents as totem animals. And basically, what they wanted to do was take their philosophy, take everything, and combine being human and being one with serpents. So, it was just years and years and years and years of mixing the two together, basically. It's how the Yuan-ti were established.
Well, sounds like
Selective
So
fun.
are they-
breeding.
So are they evil? Are they good? Do they attack random people? Or are they just like anybody else and they could be a little bit of everything?
They love slave labor. We'll just put it that way. You know that they love slave labor.
Well,
And they
okay.
love to mine.
Well, Dave, I'm gonna go back over to the guy who was being very vocal about our grave robbing.
Oi! Yes!
Well, it seems that we have found the murderer of all those children.
Well,
And
I'm
now
sure glad you
parents-
did.
Yeah, the parents can now be notified that the killer of their children has met justice.
Ah,
And thank you for not interfering with this. Also, do you know anything else about this lizard man?
it's just
What
that
was here
this...
in town?
No. The only thing that we know is every once in a while those bastards will come down from the hills and attack us here, and we'll have to fend several of them off. But it seems like every time they attack, they're very vicious, and sometimes some of the people here in our small little town disappear. Some of them are killed. Sometimes we're able to kill a few of these, but they are very fierce warriors.
Wow, must have been quite a hero that killed this one. Who could you tell me did that?
Oh, that was a dwarf. He was half the size of this serpent. And he one fell attack, one fell swift stab with his dagger. Killed, supposedly. That's what's going around. Happened right outside of Bolos.
Oh, I'd really like to meet this hero, so that I could let him know that he's avenged the death of all these children. Do you know where he went?
Well, I think he and his companions were going to seek vengeance on these creatures, and he left for the Serpent Hills the next day. Had quite a large entourage with them.
Could you tell me how big this entourage was?
No.
How many wagons and horses?
They definitely had horses, and there was about a dozen of them.
Thank you very much. And I will let the families
Hey,
know
Tess.
what is your name, sir? That you had helped us.
My name is David.
But you
Thank you very much,
reached
David.
deep for that one, Dave, didn't you?
Hey, you guys are tired of epic names. You want plain names? I'm gonna start giving you plain names now. My name is
that what
David.
you said it was? David?
No, ma'am, that is David.
David?
David, yes.
With T-A-V-E-E.
No, that is David. as in Daved. David.
Okay, and I'm writing this out loud in my book.
I tell you,
Thank you very
all these foreigners moving into our lands with these ridiculous foreign names
You said
starting
it,
to really
Trump.
annoy me.
Hey,
said
what
it,
are you
Trump?
saying over there, half-orc? I've been here for quite a while. Don't you? Never mind. Anyway, thank you for taking, especially when there are small little children involved. It is so good to hear that a villain like this has been taken off of the face of the Salt Coast. I can only imagine what the parents are going through right now.
Children? What
As he
children?
bites his fist. And I've got to run. It's for the children. And he runs off. Good day, my lady.
It's for the childrens.
It is for the children.
Children.
Must make sure they have epic socks.
Oh, it's
Right.
good.
So now we know. So now we know that they got wagons as well, which means they'll be dead easy to follow from the air.
It didn't have wagons, had horses.
Horses. A dozen
Way to
men on
pay
horses.
attention, Trump. Maybe you need to roll for that next time.
Yeah, and maybe I'll roll a 1.
Ah,
There,
too
assuming there's
good.
nothing else on this body that would aid us, and if not,
No,
then
it's
we
been
need to
stripped.
Then we need to be either. I guess it's, we'll go ahead and do the griffins. But further, we did not alert them to our presence ahead of time.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, first, River, the gentleman told me the size of the entourage, wagons, horses. Maybe you can look and see which direction they've headed. Did they truly head towards the serpent's hills? Maybe we'll give him a little time to discern which direction they've headed, and then we can get on the griffins and follow.
Good. I can have lunch then.
After we cover up this stinking corpse, of course.
Yep, you crack on.
I cast a mage hand.
Tiberius,
I cast Mage Hand and start digging. You know, I thought it was funny when you were talking to that guy. I thought you were going to walk up and hand him the shovel and say, "Hey, you finish this. You bury him. Thanks."
See, that's how
Tiberius,
Tiberius thinks.
get up here and put this guy in the ground again. You need to put your hand in here.
Hey, listen, don't worry about it. I'll just write a note. When my retainers get here in a few days, they can do anything that we forget to do. I'll have them bury this. They can take care of
No,
the
we
tent.
can't leave a rotting corpse for your retainers. Come on now,
All
get
right.
some elbow grease in here.
F you guys, my
Uh,
pizza's here.
You can already. The wolves are circling. I can hear them.
I'll help dig. I'll help bury that. I'll be right back though. I get pizza in real life.
Oh, you suck. What pizza?
Too good. Alright, so I guess you guys want to travel by griffin. You're not going to be able to track in the air. You do know this,
we'll
though,
look to
right?
land
Yeah.
periodically to make sure that we're still on course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at least we won't have to follow the tracks by foot. Maybe use the griffins to make greater leaps in general directions so that we can cover the ground a little more quickly.
And what do these griffins eat?
They eat flesh. They're meat eaters.
Oh, they're meat eaters. Hey, I got a great idea of how we need to dispose of this lizard guy.
Don't. No.
Griffin
No,
chow.
No.
I don't think the griffins would eat that. Especially it's been sitting for a couple days. These things want fresh meat, man.
Well, Tiberius, you wouldn't want to eat the rotten
Boy,
meat either.
Tiberius is totally different from Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Really?
Oh no, what was
kidding.
I can't remember my character.
You're more flamboyant.
Oh yes, yeah. But remember also there was a lot of people in the chat that were kind of mad at me when I
Oh,
played the other because I was being such a dick all the
I
time.
think he's increased his dosage of caffeine more recently.
Yeah. I wanted to be a little nicer.
All right, so you guys want to basically start tracking. So how often are you guys gonna, stop with the griffins and track?
I will leave this up to Rivers, as we're basically following his nose, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
As many times
Yeah.
as they need to stop to eat.
Yep, that many times.
I love it.
So I'm looking at the map, River, and we are heading which way? West, east?
Northeast, I believe.
Northeast. Okay. So let's see where that goes over. Let's take a look at the map before we go, and maybe we can figure out a good place to plan some stops initially to get our bearings. I'll let you.
Well, Dave,
It's not so far.
do we certainly see that they did head northeast towards the marshes and the hills?
Well, if River wants to start to try to track as you get out of the the main area of the camp.
Step to River.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of waiting for to see because if you guys are just going to be flying, it's going to be like searching the Atlantic Ocean. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure I was heading south. Yeah.
Heading south.
No. Just to answer Bay's question, yeah, I was heading south. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You said heading south. Let me ask one more time.
No, man, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I was gonna say, okay, we're going south then, and then
I was thinking, well, maybe Dave is giving him tells.
start rolling a disadvantage right off the bat. All right, so is there like any kind of clues that you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I recommend that we fly to the Serpent Hills, and as soon as we start seeing the hills and the Serpent Hills, maybe about I don't know, maybe
that's 2 days away.
Was that 2 days away?
They're 3 days on foot. Here, let me help out.
They're on horseback.
From the town, I would like to ask River to check, because I've given him the number of wagons and horses that the entourage took, and see if he can see which direction.
Just horses.
3 days ago, that might have headed in which direction.
And we're looking for 3-day-old horse poop and things like that.
Okay. I'll close my eyes and zen out for a moment and.
Miss everything. Not looking at it.
No.
He's being mystical.
Yeah. Great weather out, by the way. Today is a beautiful day, and let's see. Give me a survival check.
Okay.
Is this your preferred? What is your favorite terrain too?
Forest and grassland.
Oh wow, perfect.
Very good.
Does not give you advantage, if I'm not mistaken?
No, it means he can never get lost.
In those terrains.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, survival didn't. Oh, sorry. No, I got it. Sorry about that.
Let's read
Very nice.
a favorite terrain real quick. Check it out. Let's see.
I used to play a ranger. I should be able to tell you this, but I've played so many different editions.
Yeah, you get to double your proficiency bonus if you're using any kind of checks that have to deal with grasslands. So you would basically double your proficiency. Okay. So your proficiency is going to add another 3 onto that, so that'd be a 23. So yeah, as you are several hundred, I'd say another couple 100 yards off of the main Borski Bridge encampment area, you're starting to make your way to the east. And you can see that they were moving with great haste. So even though it's been nice, thank goodness that there's been good weather, and they were not trying to hide their trail. So you can blatantly see that there's sort of like a pushed down path in this grassland area, and you can kind of follow the path for quite a whiles, and you can follow. Actually, you guys are traveling on a griffin for 6 hours, and the griffins aren't flying very high. The griffins are flying low, just low enough to where you can see that the grass is still pushed over river. So why don't now it's time for you guys to sort of river needs to go back, so the griffins, he thinks that maybe the trail might have shifted. So I want everybody to go ahead and, well, the griffins basically land. They get a little bit of rest. And River, I want you to give me just a regular D20 check. Just a regular D20.
Be low
Ooh,
Okay.
no.
or high, whichever you
All
want
right.
on the counter.
So, yeah, everything is good. Everything is... nothing happens, basically. You guys are able to kind of rest the griffins a little bit. Do you want to go ahead and continue to track? You can go ahead and do that. Do another survival roll.
Yeah, sure. If I may,
Because
yeah.
now well, actually, I would recommend, seeing now that the sun is going down, you guys are probably going to have to, make a camp. Because it's nighttime now.
Yeah, that's good. We can do that.
No.
We did leave a little late,
Yeah, you left in the afternoon. I mean, it wasn't...
but I think it was a good idea. We don't want to spend any time wasting. I mean, they would already have 3 days on us.
Yeah, you could possibly catch him. I mean, you see the, as you were flying in the griffins and it was still daylight out, way off to the northeast, you could see off into the very, very, very far distance. You could see protruding mountains sticking up. So you guys are now all around. You guys are making camp. You're going to be about. I want to say you'll
I
be
might want
about
to.
right.
I want
right
to say some
here.
stuff while we're camping.
Sure, absolutely. I would love for you guys really haven't even introduced yourselves to one another yet. So maybe now would be a great time for you guys to formally introduce yourselves. Now that you guys have been around for a half a week now.
Yeah, I might want to start with talking a little bit about this guy and what we're going to do when we find them. So my thought is that when we meet up with this guy, well, okay, I don't want to say what I want to do. Let me ask everybody what they want to do. What are we going to do when we catch up to this guy? Are we just going to all out attack him? Are we going to capture him? We're going to trick him? What's our plan?
Well, unless he's going to hand over the white mask, I don't think attacking him would be the best thing to do right off.
Well, he doesn't have it, so we need information.
Yeah, he
from
is
him.
looking for it, or that is what our
Right.
agent says anyway.
I agree. Diplomacy first, and let's try to befriend him a little.
Yeah, diplomacy first, and then we'll chop his head off.
Well,
Yeah.
hold a
I
second.
find,
He's looking for the divining well, or well of divination, whichever it is. I can't remember. But
It's the Well of Seeing.
if he thinks someone's on him, he's not going to go to it.
That's what I was concerned about earlier. I don't want to alert him that we're here.
Well, if we knew where the Well of Divination was, or this Well of Seeing, we could go there first, and then he would meet up with us.
Well, that's
Right.
kind of why I thought about
We didn't
a
even
guide
take him.
before. But now we're here, so...
But Dave, it is correct that we don't know where this well is, correct?
You do not know, no. You
Then maybe I think we
you
should
really,
follow the guy.
speaking
distance.
yeah, speaking out of character, remember what Bolo told you. There are plenty of people around this,
Right,
around the
scales people.
encampment that knew all about the area. I mean, you could have think about
I
it.
think we
You could have hired
honestly
someone,
speaking,
probably.
out of character. We still can, right? We can still meet up with the. I mean, obviously, flying is going to be a problem, But if we can get ahead of these guys, we can ask around first, and then we can plan a